This video, I'm going to be sharing with you the truth on the ego and the law of attraction. This is so often overlooked, and understanding this can totally change the results you're getting. Welcome back to another video. My name is Aaron, and I help people expand their consciousness. Now in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you something that I think is long overdue, and it's understanding how the law of attraction correlates with that of spiritual awakening. Now this is something that I have kind of had an underlying basis, like a knowing of, but it's something I didn't really know how to verbalize up until now. And this, I think, can be a game changer for so many people, because we always have those questions. What are the real limits to the law of attraction? Are there certain things that aren't relevant for us to experience? So for example, we could be like, well, I'm going to visualize myself being and winning the lottery. I'm going to visualize myself doing it. I'm going to visualize everything to do with it. However, what if winning the lottery wasn't something that was good for the evolution of your consciousness? Now, I know this sounds to some people like this might be like a downer, but it's not. There's a different way to go about it that will actually get you even better results. And with those results, with the happiness that you want from winning the lottery, you will also get an expansion of consciousness. So in a way, this is like a win-win scenario versus a lose-win scenario, which is like your ego wins, but spiritual evolution does not. And what I'm going to be doing also in this video towards the end is we're going to be doing a guided meditation that will help to wire this idea in so that you create from this higher paradigm. Instead of creating from the ego perspective, you can start to see it from this other point of view. Now, I'm not saying the ego perspective is bad. It is one perspective, and we do have our ego for physical type experiences. However, this is the thing with the ego. So sometimes what happens is we have certain intentions of what we want to create in our life. And if those intentions are more ego gratifying, meaning that the main reason we want it is because it will gratify our ego and it does not benefit the whole, then it is something that is a lose-win. It's something that does not actually expand our consciousness and the people that we are around. Now, at the fundamental core level, we are all consciousness. Consciousness, meaning we are all immortal spiritual beings having a temporary human experience. And that with that, we have certain intentions when we come into life. We have certain things we want to learn. We have certain things we want to expand on. Now, in the same way that I am creating my own reality, you are creating your own reality. Collectively, we are all creating a reality together. Now, this consciousness is flowing through us. It's part of the universal whole. We are all connected to it. And on a certain basis, every person you meet, underneath the energy of who they are, we are all connected. And based on the choices we make, we create our reality. Based on the choices the collective makes, we are steering our reality in a certain direction. So this is when we get into understanding who wins the presidential election. This is when we get into a lot of the global events that may happen. That's a collective manifestation of energy. Now here is the thing, and this is something that I really want to impart to you. When you add value to other people, what you are doing is you are making it a win-win scenario, because if you could do something you're passionate about and you're adding value to other people, you're also adding value to yourself, because that energy comes back to you. So when you want the universe to flow through you, and when it is something that benefits the greater whole, it is much more likely to happen, because with that comes the spiritual growth and the spiritual evolution. But if you want to get something and it does not benefit anybody else other than you, and it doesn't even maybe benefit your own consciousness, then a lot of times that will be something that is bypassed, or in a way we could say that the higher self or the larger part of who we are will make it so that that's not something that happens, because it's not relevant to our soul's growth. Winning the lottery to a lot of people is not relevant to their soul's growth. If I would have won the lottery 2-3 years ago, I don't know if I'd be making YouTube videos. I don't know if I'd have this intention, this deeper inner truth connection with myself, to where what I want to do is help shift the consciousness of the planet. Now, of course, that's the ego's perspective, but this is the thing. This egoic perspective is also in alignment with the greater whole. So one of the reasons I think personally that my YouTube channel has grown as quickly as it has is because I have this intention to add value to the people that are watching me. And because it's a win-win scenario, I'm not doing it because if I had this many subs, then I would feel this ego gratification. Now, underneath it, I'm sure there's a level of validation there that anybody would enjoy. Just being honest, there are a lot of people that would see that and be like, oh, that's something I want to work towards because I'm going to feel better. I'm going to feel more validated. But at the fundamental core level, that's not what it's about. It's about understanding that the people you add value to, you are connected to them. And by doing that, you're actually benefiting the greater whole because we are one collective consciousness at the deepest fundamental level. So the question then becomes from how can I take action from this point of the ego gratification, the ego desires, and how can I integrate this also into the collective whole? How can I make this something that adds value? Now, one of my favorite books that I read a long time ago when I was first learning about the Law of Attraction is the book Think and Grow Rich. It's one of the most classic books for the Law of Attraction by Napoleon Hill. And in it, he says something very interesting. He says, find something that whatever goal you have, find something that you are willing to give away in exchange for the goal that you have. So if your goal is to grow a certain type of business, have something that you're willing to give away with that as well. Maybe the giving away is something that you add value to. That's normally what I associate with. I associate with adding value. The more value I add to other people, the more that energy comes back to me. And having that awareness, it's like a win-win for everyone because the consciousness, the universal consciousness, this collective consciousness wants to run more through me, wants to almost give me more because what I do with it is very pure intent. It wants to give me more because it knows I'm going to expand it out to other people. And as I expand it out to other people, it's something that then becomes more unifying. It becomes something that more grows the energy and it expands the consciousness. As I expand my own consciousness, as I have the intention to add in value to others, there's the intention there that it also adds other people's and it expands their consciousness. So this energy wants to flow through me because I have that intention. And I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just saying that you can do the same exact thing. You can start to look at your goals in a new way. Instead of saying, how can this serve me? How can this give me exactly what I want? That's a part of it because you do want to make yourself happy. You don't want to be somebody that's just running around. It's like, how can I add value to you? How can I add value to you? You do have to make sure your cup is full before you give to anyone else. But you do this in combination, in a co-creation with the larger consciousness, not just the ego gratification. So to do this, what you do is you start to ask yourself a new question. How can I make it a win-win for both myself and other people? And understand by you being yourself and existing in the energy you prefer, that's going to affect the people around you in a very positive way. So focus more on getting to the authentic core of who you are and things will change anyways. But this is I know it's a little bit of a new idea. It's not a new idea, but it's an idea that we don't really hear talked about in the Law of Attraction community very often. There are no limits to anything you want to create in your life. At a certain level, that may be somewhat true. However, there are limits from our own soul as to what is relevant. And sometimes you may not always get that which you want. Well, this is what will happen as well. When you become too much in the ego gratification, if you are identified with it and what you are putting out is not benefiting the whole, it doesn't have to benefit every single person on the planet, but it has to be this expansive energy in order for it to continue to work. Now, this is what will happen sometimes. Sometimes for a period of time, people will get all of this flow of energy, but then a lot of times what happens is a lesson comes with it. They get what they want, but there's some lesson tied to it. So that normally happens when the person starts to identify with more of the ego gratification. They start to identify and they stop really doing it for the joy of it, and maybe they just do it because it'll grow them, they'll be bigger. Do you see what I mean? So it's about just having that external flow. I've seen that happen to a lot of people. I've seen that happen where people become very, they get into, not in a judgmental way, but I've seen people to where they start to think that they're in a way kind of like a messiah or something because they start doing something amazing. And if they identify with it too much, then a lot of times what will happen is sometimes that will knock them off their pedestal. It'll knock them off because they're giving themselves excess importance, excess meaning. What this means is that they're thinking they are better than everyone else, not knowing that we're all connected. That we can have confidence on ourselves, but it's having this awareness that we are all connected, and that when we view ourselves as at a higher level than anyone else, we immediately distance ourselves from them. And then a lot of times that consciousness will, in a way, knock one of the pegs off the stool, and we're going to have to like wake up and be like, oh yeah, it's kind of one of those things. So this is all about awareness. This is about being aware of that, of our ego, using our ego in a way to where we do it in relationship with our higher self or the higher consciousness, and asking ourselves a new question. How can I add value to other people, and how can I do what I do in a way that also is an expansive type energy? So this does not have to be like this larger scheme, like, oh, I need to like make YouTube videos like Aaron does, or I need to do all of this stuff to like try to, put this flow of energy out there. It could be simply that you make art, and instead of just going in and making your art, you also view it as sharing and expressing yourself and adding value to the people that buy your art. It's this little tweak. It doesn't mean that when you're the whole time you're painting, you're like, I need to add value to other people. You can enjoy the process, you can enjoy the moment, but what it does mean is that you just have this awareness underneath what you're doing, that there's this expression that goes out about you expressing yourself, that what happens is then things begin to change. So I do believe that when we correlate spiritual awakening with that of our ego, we combine the two, it's very powerful versus just having the ego gratification. That can hold us back. That can be something that if we identify with, it almost makes it so certain things don't happen. And I think that we're at the fundamental level all consciousness. We're all connected. The universe, this energy, whatever we call it, is flowing through every single one of us. And more of it will flow through the more pure your intentions are, and the more you are adding value to other people. Adding value is key. Gratitude is key. These things change everything from my own perspective. It's the fundamental core of my philosophy, the way that I go about life. And so far, it has given me amazing results. And it's because it's this relationship where I give and then it receives. Give, receive. And it's just this flow of energy that I think is amazing. So what we're going to do now is a quick meditation. This meditation is going to help you connect to your heart at a deeper level. And what you're going to be able to do is to ask yourself how you can do this. Ask yourself how you can start to more so add value and make it a win-win for your manifestations. We're going to wire in this intention that we feel intuitively guided towards whatever outcome that could be. We find ourselves just in the right place at the right time, adding the value in the way that we can. We don't have to try so hard. It just naturally happens. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to connect to our heart. When we connect to our heart, there's an intelligence in our heart. Heart Math Institute has proven that there's neurons in the heart, and also shown that the electromagnetic energy of the heart is thousands of times more powerful than that in the head. By us putting our awareness there, we will automatically be growing that energy, and we will go ahead and do that. So what I encourage you to do is, with me right now, take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, and with every breath we take, we're going to feel ourselves relax. Now let's take a deep breath in. Breathe it out. Feel your body relax more and more. Now put your hands over your heart and feel inside of your heart center. Feel the warmth in your hands going into your heart. And know that simply by putting your awareness in your heart, you are growing this energy around you. Now let's take one more deep breath in and out. Breathe it out. Put your hands over your heart. And now I encourage you to close your eyes if you can. And know that from this point going forward, every breath you take, you will sink into more relaxation, into feeling an energy around your heart grow, buzzing, feeling this warmth, and knowing that you are more connected to who you are. Now imagine that there is a ball of energy around your heart, any color that you like. And imagine that this sphere, ball of energy inside of your heart is beginning to buzz. And as it buzzes, you can feel it inside of your heart. You can feel the vibration. You can feel this warmth spread throughout the rest of your body. And imagine that this ball of energy, whatever color you like, is becoming more and more vivid with color. And imagine that it's starting to spin in a clockwise position. And as it spins, you can feel this energy speed up faster and faster in your heart, feeling more connected. And imagine this ball of energy spinning faster and faster. And I'm going to count down from 5 to 1. And with every number I count, you're going to feel this energy inside of your heart grow. With every number I count, you're going to feel double the relaxation and double the amount of energy in your heart with every number I count down. And by the time I reach 1, you're going to feel this energy vibrating throughout your whole entire body. And it is the vibration of love and connection. 5, feel that energy spinning faster and faster. 4, feel it now as you feel the warmth inside your heart starting to spread. 3, 2, and now as you feel it spin faster and faster. 1, feel this energy inside of your body and know that just by putting your awareness here, you are becoming more of who you really are. Now imagine yourself in a very relaxing place. This could be at the beach, this could be in a forest, this could be in a room that you feel very comfortable in. Wherever this is, imagine that you're in this location and imagine what it looks like. What do you notice in your environment? Notice what sounds you hear in this environment. Imagine those sounds becoming louder and louder. How does it feel to be in this comforting place? A place you can always go back to in your imagination, that you can feel very comfortable in, very relaxed. Now imagine that you can see about 10-15 feet away. You can see that of a chair. Notice what this chair looks like. And start to walk over to the chair. Take a few steps. Now as you walk up to the chair, notice what it looks like, and notice that it has a sign on it that says, the vibration of your higher self. This chair is a chair that anytime you sit in it, you will feel the vibration of your body begin to raise, and you will get any guidance that you want. You can ask any question and you will get some type of answer, and you'll feel more connected to who you really are just by sitting in this chair. So go ahead now. Turn around, sit in that chair, and notice how comfortable it feels. Now notice how you feel. You feel more clarity. You feel a deeper connection into your heart space. You feel like anything that you have a question about, you can get some type of symbol as an answer or some type of direct answer. So now ask yourself the question, how can I combine my desires with the desires of helping the collective? Now ask yourself a question of what does my consciousness want? What is for the best good of myself for me to manifest in my life? And see what the answer is. Now ask if there's any other guidance that your higher self, your higher vibrational consciousness has for you. Is there any messages, anything that you can know or remember? Now set the intention that when you come out of this, you will feel this connection to your higher self, you will feel this expansion of consciousness, and you will always be at the right place at the right time. Also set the intention that before the end of the day today, you get a reflection of this new vibrational awareness. You get a reflection of what you can be doing to connect to this part of yourself with your manifestations, and you will just know exactly how to do that. Now I'm going to count down from 5 to 1, and when I reach 1, you're going to feel alert, present to the moment. You're going to know that you have shifted your vibration to include more of this higher consciousness of yourself. You're going to feel clear, you're going to feel ready to go for the day, and you're going to feel relaxed, alert, and present. 5, feel yourself now starting to come back, become more present. 4, 3, start to wiggle your toes, start to move around a little bit. 2, you can open up your eyes now, and 1. Now we are back, we are present to the moment. And what we just did is we connected to the larger stream of consciousness of who we are, and we now know how we can add value to other people in a very powerful way. And this is more of a vibrational connection thing. As you feel it, know and trust that you'll be in the right place at the right time. This is something that can really work for you if you choose to start to tap in more into this intention of consciousness expansion rather than just the intention of the ego. Just be aware of it, and as you are, it will change everything. So something else I'll be doing is I'll be doing more live Q&As on Instagram. So if you want to ask me questions, if you want to be part of those live Q&As, go and follow me on Instagram as well. And I have a free meditation in the top of the description box that will help you to raise your vibrational set point. This will help you to connect with your higher self in a powerful way and to also be more aware of that expanded state of consciousness. So if you want that, that's also going to be in the top of the description box as well. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, hit the little notification gear next to the subscribe button so that you could see the daily vids that I do. And other than that, as always, peace, much love, and namaste.